dispel darkness. Your room is ready, child. Enjoy your stay. Ever noticed how parents always think their children are good at everything? I mean, when did you ever hear a father say of his son, "Boy's a real loser, let's forget about school and send him straight to prison," seeing as that's where he's going to be spending most of his life? Or a mother say of her daughter, "She's certainly not going to be a model with that fat nose, is she?" Unless they want a model for pork sausages. It is generally accepted that parents think their children are the most perfect human beings ever created. Oh, that it were true. This is the Visitors book, where all the grisly tales of all my wicked guests are written down. Want to see why one of these bad children is down here? This is Humpty's story. I call it the Flatpack Kid. When Humpty Egg was born, his parents thought he was the cleverest baby in the world. So when he showed an interest in how things worked, they encouraged his inquiring mind. They laughed gaily when he tore his rattle apart. And they wept with joy when he unbolted the caravan from the back of the car. But Mr. Egg was not a good DIYer. Chisels and hammers seemed to love the taste of his fingers. After 3 years of pain and destruction, he decided that he needed help. Is your kid destroying your home? Can't do it yourself? Call the power tool expert DIY Die. He'll do it for you. 10 minutes later, a strange bicycle dropped out of the sky. Good morning, DIY Die at your service. Now, I know what you're thinking, Mr. Egg. What exactly is Die's mode of transport? This is my bicycle, helicopter, balloon transportational vehicle, which I have cleverly called my Baloo Cyclopter. You can probably see what I've done there. I've put 3 words together. Rather inspired. Now, where's the problem? Oh dear, oh dear. Don't you dear, oh dear, my son. It's important to encourage an inquiring mind in a child. He's very advanced for his age. In fact, I think he's super clever. To be able to dismantle a washing machine at 3 years old is Nobel Prize-winning material, if you ask me. He can take stuff apart, Mrs. Egg, but can he put it back together again? Now, that would be clever. What do you expect, you stupid man? He's only 3 years old. So you said. DIY Die mended the washing machine, but refused to be paid. If I never have to clear up after Humpty again, that will be payment enough. Goodbye. I do hope I won't be coming back for Humpty's sake. But as Humpty grew up, he destroyed more and more of his parents' possessions, which meant that despite his warning, DIY Die was called back countless times, and each time he cleared up after Humpty and refused payment. Then, on the morning of his 11th birthday, Humpty rose early and dismantled the central heating system. Mr. and Mrs. Egg woke to find bathwater so cold that flies were ice skating on it. But when DIY Die duly arrived, he looked different, more deadly. And when Humpty tried to take his drill apart, the old man's eyes flashed with anger. Never touch my tools again. If it wasn't for my power tools, I wouldn't be so powerful. You're not powerful. You're just a bodger on a bicycle. Actually, I am more powerful than a mayfly. Mayflies aren't powerful. Mayflies only live for 1 day. And with so little time to live, they have no time to regret. Their solutions are brutally efficient, Mrs. Egg. No conscience, you see. Just like me. Many happy returns of the day, boy. Enjoy it to the full, for it may be your last. Your son is old enough to know better now. Should I be called out again to clear up his mess because you can't do it yourself, I shall be forced to do him for you.
Do what to him?
Oh, come now. What do you think the D-I-Y in my name stands for? Do it yourself? Do in, Mr. Egg. Do in. Next time I shall extract from Humpty the full price. No discounts. Good day. But Humpty's inquiring mind could not be tamed. 2 days later, at 4 o'clock in the morning, he found a loose flap of wallpaper.
I wonder what's behind this.
It was plaster.
I wonder what's behind this.
It was a roof beam.
I wonder what's behind this.
It was the attic.
I wonder what's behind this.
It was the sky.
Interesting. So my room is made out of walls, and one of these walls hides the attic and supports the roof. And when the roof falls in, I can see the sky, which must therefore be suspended by some clever mechanism of nature above the house.
By now, his inquiring mind had gone into overdrive. He had to find out how the house was built, down to the very last nail. What's going on?
Just checking to see if you've got an attic next to your bedroom too. But it's only the outside world. Oh, isn't that lovely?
It's freezing!
Clever old Humpty's given us the view I've always wanted. Look, we can see the traffic now.
And they can see us. The boy is only inquiring, but we don't want DIY Die coming back to do him in, do we?
Then don't phone him. He won't come round unless we call him, will he?
And so, the inquiring continued unchallenged. By lunchtime, Humpty was digging in the cellar. Humpty! I thought I told you to stop.
Can't stop digging till I find out whether the house is built on soil or not.
But you've ruptured the water pipe.
Actually, maybe I should stop digging till the water goes down a bit.
But it was a bit late for common sense, because just then, the once solid house of Egg crashed to the ground. I did say the next time I came, boy, you'd have to pay the full price.
I won't break anything again, I promise!
You were given fair warning, and you ignored it. Now it is time to show you what a mayfly can do.
Why don't you stop him?
I don't think we should interfere. Seems to know what he's doing. And if he cures Humpty...
maybe you're right.
Oh, that's going to be sore in the morning. My bill.
Price? A Flatpack kid?
Paid in full. And then he was gone. Inside the box, Mr. and Mrs. Egg found their son. He had been dismantled by DIY Die and his component parts neatly stacked, ready for reassembly. Aren't you going to put me back together again? But as you know, Mr. Egg was hopeless at DIY and had to admit defeat. Oh, time for bed, I think. We can deal with Humpty's bits in the morning. But of course they didn't have a bed. Or a house. So they went on holiday instead. And being thrifty, they sent Humpty on ahead by first-class post. Well, it saves on the airfare. By the way, I've put Humpty in the games room and marked his box Jigsaw. And unfortunately, a few pieces have gone missing. One of his eyes, the front of his head, 2 fingers, and his heart. Still, they're overrated hearts. Never saw the need for one myself.